Okay. We are doing a general reading. Past, present, future. Your mental environment. Oh my. We have the mental environment, your external environment, some advice, and the likely outcome of taking said advice. Just as a disclaimer, this is for entertainment purposes only, and I'm saying that because I guess I don't know why I'm saying that. I started blanking. Anyways, take only what resonates for you. Do not force it. Do not try to make it fit. If it comes down to anything legal or health-wise, psychological, I'm not an expert, so go ahead and seek the advice of an expert of that field before you take the advice of any kind of a tarot reader. Perfect. And we got your past and your present. Now, if the past and the present resonates with you, then this could be your reading. And if not, go ahead and check out some of my other readings or look forward to a new one. I appreciate all the likes, shares, subscribes, comments, everything. I love it. Okay, and then we have future, mental environment. Interesting. Things are not looking too hot today, guys. That is okay. There's been so much chaos going on lately. That's part of why I do these, because I just have a real heart for trying to help people figure out all these struggles and what the heck they're supposed to do. You know what I mean? Because sometimes it's just so confusing walking into the void of the unknown. It's not easy. It's not easy. Looks like what you've been through is not easy. For your past, we have the moon in reverse, which is good, because what this is telling me is that you're starting to wake up to different stressors that you have in your life. But from within. So, one time I realized I was basically becoming agoraphobic. I never thought I would be that person. For a long time I was like, that's completely irrational. But then I found myself within the same situations. I was not only afraid to talk to anybody, see them, spend any time with them. I didn't want anybody, I couldn't let people in emotionally. I was so uncomfortable having people in my home. I was afraid to even go outside just to check the mailbox or, go out to the store. It was literally scary for me. And then I just kind of woke up oh my God, I'm one of these people now. And learning to kind of see other things, like being too strict or too critical, catching myself judging very harshly of other people, and it's just not very, it didn't feel very pleasant to kind of realize that was the person that was causing myself so much stress and bitterness, and then having that leak onto others, or spread to others. It made me feel uncomfortable about myself, and I knew that there was a lot for me to go ahead and continue to change. For your present, we have the 5 of Swords in reverse with peaceful resolution, moving on, compromise, communication, ending conflict. So I really feel like you're doing your best to make changes in the way that you interact with others, with yourself as well. So by realizing, if you, was maybe struggling socially, and you're wanting to do better socially. You want to be kinder, more compassionate. You want to communicate better, or you just want to be more brave so that you get to have friends again, that kind of a thing. And being able to see that and actually heal these relationships that you really desire to have, that's already making a big impact, because that is showing up in your present energy. You're already doing it, so you must be doing a great job. For your future, you have the Eight of Swords in reverse. The act of you healing and learning and getting better is actually leading to breaking down these walls that you have put up emotionally and mentally, like subconsciously, releasing yourself from limiting beliefs that kept you stuck. They're breaking down. They have no room to stand anymore. It's just how it is. For your mental environment, we do have the Knight of Cups in reverse. So the unrequited love, heartbreaker, manipulator, one-night stand, and cheating. You could be paranoid. These could be issues that you're working on right now. And by working on, I mean struggling with, and working on those things. Like for one of the last relationships I've had, I was stressed out constantly, and I did catch him cheating one time, and it tore me apart. It really did. It broke my heart. It really hurt my feelings, but it also scared me. It made me feel like I could not trust him, and that was one of those things that I began to work on, was learning how to trust somebody else, especially after things have been so rocky. This could be something that you are working on as well, is like how to learn how to trust others again when it seems and feels really just difficult. Let's see, for your external environment, we have the Seven of Swords with confessing, coming clean, turning over a new leaf, your conscience kicking in. Okay, so this could be being in an external environment. This could be from your impact, setting up your environment so that it goes along with the same boundaries that you have for yourself. If you're going to be a better person, neater, more clean, and stuff like that. So from your perspective, how you're changing your mental or your external environment to go with your internal values is now your space is more clean. You didn't just say you were going to declutter. You legit got a couple of boxes and you filled them up with stuff, and or you found something, a shelf, a room, your car, and you really decided to take care of it and help maintain it and begin doing those processes. That's showing up, as well as maybe other people as well could be coming to you and talking to you, look, man, this really frustrated me. And this go round, you're not going to be defensive. You're going to be like, look, I am so sorry. I shouldn't have yelled. I shouldn't have gone to name calling. I was so mad. And I know it's not an excuse, but that's where I was at. So next time, I want to try taking a break for, just make up a number, 20-30 minutes, if you feel like that'll be enough. I just want to be able to cool down and then revisit, and then let's just talk when we're not fighting each other. We can talk, and I want to do this, and I want to do it better. You know what I mean? This is the external environment, because what that means is for you and for your story, the relationships that you have, the way that you communicate now, is healthier, has boundaries. It involves prioritizing love and respect. That will become your environment because of this work. For your advice, it makes a lot of sense. The Six of Pentacles, gifts, generosity, charity, donations, wealth, prosperity, power, authority, control. So I really feel like this is, I'm getting allowing you to exercise your kindness and authority. And by what I mean by that is, like, let's say you're a mother or a father. Instead of just giving in to the whims and the cries, you will be more stern, because if you see this guy, he's got the scales. It's kind of making me think like he's really balancing here who gets what, who's getting how much between these beggars. You know what I mean? So back to the parent example. If you're a parent, you're going to be balancing, yes, you are getting in trouble right now and you're working on your skills. Like, you're not going to like throw a fit about it. Like, you as a parent aren't going to be like, no, you're going to be like, it's time for, it's time out. It's discipline. I told you I was going to take away, and now we're just going to do it. But we're going to be okay. And we're still going to learn how to express love through that. We're still going to learn how to do respect through that. And it takes practice for sure. Or if you're a boss, giving praise where it's due. Hey, I saw that customer is super shitty and you actually handled it very professionally. I just want to say thank you and good job. Just giving out extra bits of love and kindness and compassion, but using your authority to do so. Because what that's doing is you fulfilling the potential of your current roles will help you feel fulfilled as a person. If you have a relationship, learning how to set boundaries, such as the example that I used earlier. Like, we can have tough discussions, and that goes for family, friends, etc. We can have tough discussions, but you can say your part and I will listen to you, but also at the same time, I need to say what I need to share my side of the story and feel listened to as well, because you need that respect just as much as you're giving it to the other person. You're keeping things within balance. There's give and there's take, and there's take and there's give. So, that way it's not all on one person. Just because you become kinder doesn't mean that the other person is always going to win now and that you're always going to compromise. No, because that's neither love nor respect. Those kind of two go hand in hand here, and that's what the Six of Pentacles upright also signifies versus downright, which would be one person constantly compromising for the other. There is no give and take. Give and take on both sides. One person will give an apology, and then the other person is taking that apology. But this person over here can also give an apology, or at least a listening ear. Like, let's say person A over here is right. I just wanted to say or ask from you this, and person B kind of blew up at me. They were overwhelmed. They blew up at me and started yelling, and it started a fight. And now we've both calmed down and we're back to it. So person B gives the apology to person A. Well, person A is not only taking that apology, but part of how they give back could easily be to give a listening ear to person B. Person B, that's part of taking. They're taking the opportunity to be listened to. Like, there's give and take on both sides. They gave an apology, but they also got heard out. And the validation of like, okay, I see where you're at. You can make compromises from that point. If you're both screaming and fighting and we both want to be right, no one's going to get to the point where person A is apologized to and person B is heard out. And then there's, I'll ask for help. Like, we'll give you some downtime after work. You get like 30 minutes or an hour chill, take a shower, eat something, just kind of like down, but then after that, help with the kids, help with dinner, do some chores, you know what I mean? Let me have some downtime too. And then when you both establish that, that's where progress is made. The progress is made in how you're going to continue to feel with your new setup, but also progress is made within the bond of your relationship together, because you two have spent genuine time. You have dedicated time and energy giving to each other, taking to and from each other, like in good, healthy ways. And that creates love. That creates respect. How can you not respect somebody when it's like, let's say you're person B. You did wrong, you messed up, you overstepped a boundary, whether you intended to or not. But not only did you be vulnerable enough to say, I'm sorry, but then also at the same time, if you need that validation, it's like, I am sorry, but look, I can't do that. I can't just get home and do more work. Like, I'm stressed already, and you know what I mean? I need some time. And then that person actually hears you out and they're like, okay, I could do that. That'll make you feel really good. That'll make you feel really good. You guys can feel a lot stronger doing that. What I'm getting with this little card here is both of you would be making progress. Let's go with your likely outcome. So I feel like it's gonna be a struggle. We have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, impatient, lazy, apathy, lack of common sense, unstable, unskilled, unreliable, and disloyal. But then we also have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Upright. We have it upright. Sorry, I'm really tired. If you guys can't tell, I'm practically sleeping. We have the Seven of Pentacles. Things coming to fruition. Hard work paying off. Harvest, rewards, profits, results, payouts. Manifestation of ideas or goals. Inheritance, cultivation, growing, gestation, and nurturing. So I feel like what I'm getting is this is what you're working on. This is what you're working on. You are working on the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Impatience. Are you feeling or acting impatient? Are you feeling or acting lazy? Apathetic? Do you not have common sense? I didn't have common sense for a long time. Because of the way that I grew up with narcissists, it was like I just didn't know the freaking world. I can't tell you for how long, till I was 25, constantly asking questions, constantly wondering, big starry eyes, wow, really? It took a really long time for me to catch up because I did not have experience like other people had. I had to learn how to gain wisdom. I had to learn how to socialize. I had to learn how to be clean and, interact with other people, how to work harder, how to do things by myself, even though I wanted others, because that's what I was lacking for so long, and I never had it. So I had to learn how to be alone without being lonely. I had to catch up on a freaking lot. Unskilled, unreliable, disloyal. Do you have any of these traits? For me, let's say disloyal was, it's not that I was cheating on, my partners, but I didn't know how to not be codependent. I either needed them too much or too little. I wanted them to do this for me, and I wanted them to do that for me, or I couldn't feel in love, or I just kept wondering, how my life could be different, because I didn't realize at the time, subconsciously, what was going on was I was continuing to be on the path I wanted to be on. Most of the time that means single. I didn't need to be in that relationship. I just thought I needed to be there. I didn't need all the help that I asked for, which did contribute to a lot of frustration on my partner's parts. And there was too many hang-ups. I was unskilled. That's part of why I asked for help. I wanted help with this and that and this and that and this and that, because I wasn't good enough and I wasn't strong enough, and etc., etc. But part of me being unskilled made me feel unreliable, made me feel unstable. And that's true because I wasn't able to put forth an efficient quality of hard work, to sustain my individual self. I was trying to rely on somebody else, understandably, but that's just where I was, and it made me an unhealthy partner. The disloyal part, I was getting somewhere with that. Inconsistent. It's a C word. Conviction. I had a lack of conviction. It was difficult for me to follow through with my choices and my decisions. Some of them I didn't have a choice with. But you know what I mean? So, I feel like the future is you putting in all this hard work. Taking the things, and you could use these examples if they resonate with you. If there's one or two, you're lazy, or that you're, quote, unreliable. Somebody said that to you before and it kind of it hit, and now it's hitting again. Maybe those are just things that you can learn to work on and take a look at and just go at your own pace. Maybe none of these words are your words or whatever, but you know exactly what it is that you feel like you need to do, because that's what's in your future right now, is you working on these things, which is great. You're reading. At first I was like, oh no, what's going on here? And I feel like I was just I'm scratching my head. At first I was just picking up the energy of a lot of the toxic situations that you may have been feeling and going through and vibrating, externally and internally. And it's some really heavyweight stuff. It's really not fun stuff. But even from the beginning of the reading, you're already learning what is and what isn't good for you. You're already working on how to get better and see those positive changes. You're a hard worker. You got started, before I even knew it. You know what I mean? You're doing a really good job. It's kind of just a validation, a kudos of that, an encouragement to keep going. And there is more to do, and it's not meant to discourage you, because for a long time it was I already worked so hard, and now the universe is telling me that I have to work even harder. That was really frustrating, because I felt like I have to change again. I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. And that's not what it was ever trying to come across as saying. But the message of you continuing to work is basically that you're strong enough, that you're capable enough, that yes, there's this, cultivation of yourself, but that's an ongoing thing. The fact that this is in your future shows the dedication you have to putting into yourself and improving your life. This is really healthy. This is if you could see it, it's going from, my cards are going from gray, grayish, green, grayish, green. So, it's literally like a person coming back to life. I'm getting like Moana, like when she gets like that little piece of her heart back in her, and it's just a little green stone. But it's like that. It's like coming back to life. It's like coming back to who you were meant to be. You know, there was like a time when you were you and you were a child and you couldn't help but be you, and you probably got punished. You probably got really punished and hurt for being you, and that wasn't fair at all. 100%. You may have gone cold, really cold, or, you know, like a raging lava monster. Either one, both, you know what I mean. But you're giving this piece back to yourself. I'm seeing a lot of like the heart chakra here. It started off with the blue chakra. So if you're beginning by speaking up for yourself, then that's another confirmation for you. We've got a couple of the solar plexus chakras here, 1, 2, 3, and then we have another 1, 2, 3 for the heart chakra. So it kind of looks like you're kind of like going like waving. It's reminding me of like AED pulses, like, you know what I mean? It's not that it's all across the board, but you're hitting each and every point that you need to at the right time. So yes, you were on track, you were on time, and you were doing more than enough. You're doing perfect. Just keep going with what you have learned, what you've taught yourself, what you've learned for yourself. Put all of that into practice, because you can see it. You know that you're different. You know that you're already doing this. But this is just a huge confirmation that even from some person sitting in the car, you know, can see from literally so far away. Like, that's how strong of an impact that what you're doing is making, is that somebody can just pick up that energy like that. You are doing a great job. And with that, I hope you guys enjoyed the reading. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night.